150 action. Man, this was a race. If you watched my track analysis, I did say that the whoops were going to be one of the deciding factors, and it was going to be a stuff fest. So, by definition, you know, I might have been just an itty bitty right, because I'm wrong 99% of the time. Too much of a hard time. Maybe 95% of the time. Man, those whoops were scarier than going to the dealership because you got cash in your hand to go buy a new dirt bike and the salesman says all they have is Suzuki. Yeah, they were that scary. That scary. 10 feet tall, 100 miles long. Whew. Don't envy those boys for doing that. You know, maybe Craig, because he looked like they looked pretty easy to him. But that's 250s. We're talking 450s.
What chance does a privateer have?
Welcome to Supercross.
What do you say to a factory ride?
The first guy I want to talk about is AC. This dude arguably can be one of the fastest, best riders on a Supercross track at times. Dude is just full of talent. Just full of talent. However, his body has been compromised with the AC separation. Yes, he can't do any further damage. I digress, because you can do more damage if you fall on. You could break your shoulder. You could do all sorts of stuff. Because if you're already compromised, it can lead to more injuries. And what happened? Qualifying looked like he might have twisted his knee. I don't know if anybody's released anything as far as, is it an ACL or what? However, I will go as far as to say that would have not effing happened if he was 100% on the bike before the series started. Because 17 rounds, these guys are going to have broken fingers, have some sort of a concussion, have something being sore, some sort of nagging injury, whether it's fatigue or whatever, the list goes on. You don't start off at less than 100%. You're just setting yourself up for failure. And yeah, I get it. It's a contract year for the dude, so it sucks in this format of racing. You're only as good as your last race. So he needs to go prove to everybody that he is going to get on the podium, ride well, do all the stuff to get a job the next year. Well, this isn't setting himself up, as he potentially could be hurt again and out for the whole series. I really think if he came in 100%, maybe race 5, maybe race 6, something, maybe halfway through the series, miss a third of the series, 5 races, whatever, he could have rehabbed, done some special stuff that he's doing right now to make him heal faster, and could be winning races. Yeah, he wouldn't win the championship, but with the way he's been riding, he wasn't going to win the championship anyway. Because, yeah, he was fast, but he couldn't withstand 20 minutes. And that shoulder is just getting weaker and weaker the more he's on the bike, the longer he rides. This is where we need to have guys around them that have their best interest at heart, not financially best interest at heart. All right, their career is short enough. Let's not, I guess, extend it by making it shorter, by forcing them to push themselves when they really shouldn't be pushing themselves. Adam is strong mentally. He's fast on the bike. Physically, he always has something fucking going on. So take that out of the equation, dude's a champion. Boom. I will digress into, all right, if we take a pie chart, 100% is riding, right? You know, that this is the perfect rider is 100%. 50% of that is a factory equipment. Team behind you, all the parts you can get, whatever, you know, super cool stuff that no one else can get. Next slice, 20% of that is talent. So equal those together, that's 70%, right? You know, easy math. The last 30% is confidence. Because you got to have confidence. You can't just have the bike and have raw talent. You got to have confidence. I guess I could put luck in there as well, but I'm not going to put luck in there because it's just be too silly. It's already silly enough, right? And if you think about guys like Webb, they're full of confidence. They can make it happen. Maybe lacking a little bit on the raw speed and maybe could fall into that 20% category, but he's gotten it done a couple times. Confidence will do a sheer amount of success. So I will, in turn, go to Jason Anderson. He's got the bike. He's got the talent. What does he got right now? Hopefully he doesn't lose it. That damn bike is like a hot 10 walking by you and then just falling on their ass. You know, you're gonna lose confidence in your machine if some silly stuff happens. He says that it was a radiator cap, or at least what I've read on the internet, the radiator cap came off, but you need to have confidence in that machinery. So in return, having the machinery kind of fail on him, is it gonna play with his head? Because the dude came through Marv, came through Webb, came through Tomac. I think he started in front of Ferrandis, but he was passing everybody to potentially, I want to say potentially win that race. Yeah, I think when stuff started going south, he was 6 seconds behind, but he smelled blood in the water from Sexton. He was leaving it all on the line. Dude looked amazing. You know, even took out Kenny. Just get the F out of the way. That's all confidence. That screams confidence. So I would like to see that confidence instill moving forward. I want to know in the comments below, you guys let me know if this is going to hinder him or if he's going to build from this and just be a goldfish. You know, there's a saying, be a goldfish. You know why goldfish are so effing smart and happy? It's because they got a 10-second memory. They forget what happened real quick. So Jason Anderson, be an effing goldfish. Dylan Ferrandis, one of the fastest qualifiers pretty much all year long. You know, it's only been 3 races, but he's proven that he's got the speed. You know, he's first, second, third-ish in the qualifying spots. What is he missing? He's got the bike, he's got the talent. What am I talking about here? The confidence. What happened in outdoors? Didn't start off super smooth, but as soon as he had the confidence and proved that he can get it going, boom, dude was unstoppable. Just moved people out of the way, just moved on. Just controlled the whole series. He finished 3rd. That's a big confidence boost here. I think, as you've heard me ramble on before, there's a lot of turning of the guard going on these factories. You've got Tomac and Dylan, you've got Sexton, and you've got Roxon. You know, even Marv and Webb, I think everyone knows who's the #1 player on that. I mean, it'd be silly not to give it to the dude that's the defending champion that makes it happen, right? And I guess talking about Marv, man, Marv went backwards faster than a DeLorean.
What did I tell you? 88 miles per hour!
So, I guess maybe is his Supercross only deal up for grabs? Maybe AC should be calling KTM next year, you know, or maybe Gas, some other factory team, because if he's going to be sidelined, his stock is going down. And Marv's stock is tumbling down. I mean, the dude's getting good starts, and it's almost hard to watch because that dude was the bridesmaid for so long. And, you know, if you're not first, you're last, I guess is the saying, and he's been second so many times, so close, so effing close. And then you might have this new Frenchman, you know, Ferrandis come along and take the spot. Just sort of like what Anderson is doing on Kawasaki, is everyone thought AC was supposed to be the winner, and look what Anderson is doing. I guess the last person I'm going to talk about is Kenny. Shit, I should ruin the whole pie graph and just put 100% luck for Kenny, because the dude has no luck. Everything just seems to be going wrong. You know, could you imagine if he didn't get taken out and Anderson's bike still failed? You know, dude would have been on the podium. Instead, he's 7th place. The points are redonkulous right now. Everybody is flipping around. I hope everyone can stay safe because selfishly, I want to watch good racing. And this has all been very good racing. Further, Bam Bam Bogle deal. Whew. Bam Bam, I know your name is Bam Bam, but you've said that you'd rather call yourself Wild Child. So maybe stop Bam Bamming people. You know, you had the red plate. Like, stop doing that shit. And I know last year you pretty much lost the red plate. Race 1, unfortunately. Now it's race 3. You know, I guess you tripled everything. You know, 300% succeeded from what you did last year. However, you're wanting to go the distance to 17 rounds. Yeah, he got disqualified for taking Bogle's ass out. You really think that he would have had a hard time getting around Bogle? Just a little patience. He would have been able to get around Bogle probably the next lap through the whoops. But instead, he decided to just clean his ass out, and then Bogle retaliated, and then decided, hey, we're going to DQ you for, at least for Bogle, for doing that. Like, dude, he's already a couple laps down. DQing is a silly slap on the wrist. All that is just taking away your prize money. You know, cool. And then for Bam Bam, they don't want to ruin his chances, totally like just kill the little puppy by DQing him. So they take away 1 spot and 1 point, which is a big hit for him. However, these guys to not continuing to do it, I mean, the fines are, it's a tough argument because on one aspect you've got guys making a lot of money, right? Not a lot of money, but comparative to the other guys on the field, they're making 100x, 200x of what, you know, some of the privateers are making. So the same guys who's finishing 22nd versus the dude that's winning, there's a huge pay gap, right? So you can't just have it set in stone that, hey, here's the fine, this is what it's going to be, you know, so don't do it again, because if somebody down in 22nd, well, they won't be able to eat, let alone pay the fine. But then the guys at the top, you give them a $1,500 fine, they're going to be like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm glad I did it because my bonus was $150,000, whatever, you know. You want me to be a good citizen and give up $150,000 versus $1,500? Go fuck you, man. I would do it every day, all day long, kind of a mentality. How would you get these guys to stop doing it? Well, maybe find the team, the people that are paying them. Would that work? I guess that falls into the category of that. You know, I guess that's what's tough about it, is it's got to be on rider basis. You know, get it to where it's going to hurt the rider if they do something deliberately wrong, right? And so by that nature, it's going to be different from everybody. One guy, it might be taking away their all the money that they made. You know, in this case, it could have hurt Bogle a lot more than it hurt Bam Bam, because Bam Bam probably has a much higher salary and is in the points deal, and 1 point's not that big of a deal. But for Bogle, that $1,800, $2,000 could have gone a long way for him. So, and obviously DQing sounds much harsher than, you know, down 1 spot. I want to know in the comments below, because I just rambled on between a bunch of different things on where we're going with that. So I want you guys to banter, and gals banter, in the comments below if I haven't said that enough, and I will join in the discussion. If it's a good one, awesome. If it's a bad one, you know, even better, because I like to get hyped up. Speaking of hype, this is the whoops, right? Because they're fucking 9 feet apart, right? So there's a good space between and they get bigger towards the end. So if you have that privateer bike, you come in pin, this is where you start dropping. Now you're jump the last couple of them, because you don't have a factory bike. You can't stay on top of them.